Hey, welcome to another edition of Dude. Check this out, reaction videos. So today we're going to do a video by the Pogues in honor of the late Shane MacGowan. I'm really familiar with the Pogues. I have all their albums. I love them. AJ has not heard anything that, as far as I know, as far as he knows, he may not have heard anything. Yeah, I know he probably hasn't heard this song. This song is called "A Pair of Brown Eyes." So from the Rums, Sodomy, and Lesh album. Oh,
little Davey, you planned for this theme today, didn't you? Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a cool shirt.
Yeah, I'll edit some of that out. So,
yeah, I've never heard of the Pogues. I mean, I've never heard of the Pogues music. I've heard of the name of the band. I've just never, you said Pogues. I'm like, no songs come to mind in my head.
So bands like Flogging Molly cite the Pogues as inspiration, so it's a Celtic punk. So this is one of his Shane MacGowan wrote lyrics, wrote the song, one of his more famous songs. So A Pair of Brown Eyes.
Okay. All right. This is a lyric video too, right?
Correct.
Okay. Let's get into it here. All right, here we go. Oh, wait a minute. That's it. Let me do that again.
Share with audio.
Yeah, every freaking time. Why is it just turned on by default? Come on, guys. Come on, Zoom. All right, here we go.
One summer evening, drunk to hell, I sat there nearly lifeless. An old man in the corner sang where the water lilies grow, and on the jukebox Johnny sang about a thing called love. And it's how are you, kid, and what's your name, and how would you bloody know? In blood and death, 'neath a screaming sky, I lay down on the ground, and the arms and legs of other men were scattered all around. Some cursed, some prayed, then cursed, then prayed, then bled some more. And the only thing that I could see was a pair of brown eyes that was looking at me. But when we got back, labeled parts 1 to 3, there was no pair of brown eyes waiting for me. And a rove, and a rove, and a rove, and I'll go for a pair of brown eyes. I looked at him, he looked at me. All I could do was hate him. While Ray and Philomena sang of my elusive dreams, I saw the streams, the rolling hills where his brown eyes were waiting, and I thought about a pair of brown eyes that waited once for me. So drunk to hell, I left the place, sometimes crawling, sometimes walking. A hungry sound came across the breeze, so I gave the walls a talking, and I heard the sounds of long ago from the old canal, and the birds
Stop it.
Every time I hear that song, I get just the hair on my arms stand up.
What about that makes it? What I mean, I'm curious why.
Um, his voice, the way he describes how the the guy he was talking to in the bar, who was a veteran from a war, and he was, he first he's talking about laying on the ground, just seeing body parts all around him, and thinking about his girl with brown eyes at home that was, once waited for him. And then he's like, and I'm thinking the way I'm getting this, he's looking at an enemy across from him, and he hates him, but all he sees staring back at him was another set of brown eyes. But I don't know, every time I hear the song, just something about it, just you feel like he's feeling those emotions when he's singing it.
Yeah, there's a lot of pain in the sound of the song, his vocals, a lot of pain. And I mean, you gave me some background on this before we got into it. You could hear it. You could definitely hear it. I gotta this. This is just me and how weird and stupid I am. What is with the tambourine?
I
Do you
didn't
hear
even hear
it?
it.
Right? You don't hear it. You
I
didn't hear
well,
it.
I hear it, but I don't really notice it. It doesn't. It's
Maybe
just
it's off time, and the reason why is it didn't feel like it sat well with the mix, and it was like if you're looking at like this thing in terms of like a stereo visualization in my head, it's like right here. It's not well within the mix in front of me. It's in this weird place in the back of the room. Sorry, again, I'm being stupid, but like it was just weird. I'm like, why is this tambourine in here? I don't understand why it's so like, okay, that's me. I'm sorry. You're like, I don't get it. We'll have to listen to it from the original.
so
Yeah.
yeah, a
Hey,
pair of brown eyes. So yeah, a pair of brown eyes was yeah, it's just one of those songs that every time I hear it, it hits me different. And I've never been in a war. I've never been uh, you know, just in that type of situation or of anything like that. But um yeah, that's other than I mean, the lyrics, one of my favorite lines from that actually is and the birds were whistling in the trees, and the wind was gently laughing. I mean, that's like poetry, you know?
yeah,
So
yeah, and so it's the first time I've heard the Pogues, but like we've done some reviews from bands that you're familiar with that we may have not heard the song, but there's a lot like would you call it like Celtic punk or Celtic?
that's technically the genre. I mean, and they do quite a few covers of old um Celtic tunes, traditional songs,
Yeah,
but they mix in with a lot of their own stuff that they write. I mean, the majority of it is originals, but
but like the
he
Interrupters, the like sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, dude.
no, that was it. That's all I was gonna say.
I think like from what I hear from this and from some of the other bands that you've introduced me to, it it has influences in punk, like just punk, like American punk or punk, like the British, whatever that.
Hmm.
Um, the Interrupters, like we've listened to some of their originals. It's in there as well. I mean, the Stray Cats. I mean, I
Yep.
just hear that rooted in some of these other artists. So, gonna have to double click on this. I might want to listen to some. So how long? So the guy was what in the 70s when he passed away?
So what I say, he was born in 50. Uh, he was born in 57. So
I'm not doing math right now.
yeah,
It's
uh,
not gonna happen. It's Friday night. I turned it off. I turned off the math part of my brain.
he was I think he was in his 60s,
Yeah.
without
That's
doing the
still
math.
young.
But
He's still pretty.
um but the other song would be that's known worldwide, is that a fairy tale of New York. And generally that's the song that if you look up Pogues reaction videos, that's the one everybody does,
Okay.
because everyone gets to get the reaction of some of the edgy lyrics in that, but that's another great song. And Christy McCall, yeah, I really don't know much about her, what she had done before, but her and Shane together singing is something else.
Well,
So,
I'm gonna have to listen to that too. I've got it queued up. We'll
all
do
right.
it. I've got the Fairy Tale of New York queued up. I don't think we'll do many more reactions, but like that was well, like I said, like you feel the pain in that song. It's definitely reminiscent of that style that you've been telling me about. And if this
Hmm.
is like one of the influences, if this is like I'm gonna do a bad, people are just gonna complain about it. Never mind. Let's just say like the old school rock and roll came from Mississippi. So you go down to Mississippi, you're going to hear blues, you're going to hear, rock, you're going to hear the origins of Mississippi blues, right? This is the same thing, but this is with that style of music. So at
Hmm.
least that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, he was well respected in the punk community. I mean, he collaborated with I think Joel Strummer from the Clash, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and he produced some stuff, and he was in a couple other bands after the Pogues. Um, but yeah, he's definitely one of those musicians or artists that all the cool guys know about, all of the cool, like, you know, what's his name? Him and Johnny Depp were friends for 30 years. And Johnny Depp even played on one of
Oh,
Shane's solo albums, and they were, they'd hang out all the time. So he was like the the guy that, everyone knew, but uh nobody knew.
yeah. Only the cool people know. Got it.
So, well, now you're cool.
Now I'm cool. I guess I'm in the club. Now the club's been disbanded. Sorry. Great.
Yeah.
Thanks. Cool. All right. We'll wrap
All
this
right.
one up.
Yep. So like, subscribe,
Like,
and comment, and just remember to click that the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything, helps us out. And until next time, we'll see you in the next video.
later.
See ya.
I'm getting good. I'm getting really good dark screen today with my hand.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, now I've screwed it up. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that was
I
the
said,
my first Pogue song because I've never.
I'm trying to think what one you might have heard, Fairy Tale of New York. They don't play it, like I said, they don't play it like on 100.3 when they do Christmas for 3/4 of the year,
Yeah.
nonstop. They don't put, you'll never hear that song on there, but um you you ask, like, some of our musician friends, uh and they'll
Allison.
all, yeah, he'll know. I'm sure he's a one of those Pogues fans, or
Yeah, he did a mention out there when the news came that the guy passed. So